Hello, welcome to a video about version 1.20. It's the latest update for the Genos 2, and I've installed the software. It's taken about 5-10 minutes to install. Sat here quite excited, thinking, finally, Yamaha, you've done it. Gone to the menu system, and I'm looking through the pages and thinking, okay, where's the catch function control? Turns out they've hidden it in live control. No glaringly obvious mention of catch until you go to menu and then you have slider mode, jump, or catch. So I've changed it to jump and come out. And now my keyboard operates as my beloved Genos 1 used to. You turn the volume control and immediately you've got access to control. Now, call me old-fashioned, but the audience that this instrument is sold to is going to be looking for some sort of button on the menu to say turn catch on and off, not having to go into live control and still not being glaringly obvious where it is, then having to go to menu. What is Yamaha doing? I really have no idea. It's making me cry. I don't know. I really don't know what they're up to. And that's pretty much it. They've done some bug fixes with other issues with regards to the instrument. That's it. Nothing new. Nothing new. Still no expansion memory expansion to the existing 3 gigabytes that's installed in the instrument. So you're still stuffed. You can't add any more content to the instrument any more than you did with the Genos 1. Why? Why can't you do it? It just makes no sense whatsoever. I don't know. I never ever slate Yamaha products because I've never had a reason to, or to be fair, I'm literally I'm sniffling. To be fair, I've never come across any major problems until this. And then this catch feature was the first one. And then I found that if you layer 2 effects and try and save it into a registration, it wouldn't do it. It wouldn't save it. Now, I reported this when the Genos 1 was launched, when it came out, and I reported it to Yamaha, and they said, oh, we're working on it, we're aware of it. Leave it with us. Still the same. Absolutely no change. And I know for a fact that there are people who are wondering why, when they try to put 2 effects, a delay and a distortion, onto a guitar and then save it into a memory panel, it won't recall it, or recalls it sounding weird. It still does it. So this isn't really, I would call, an update. I mean, this should have been delivered day 1 in December when it was launched a year ago, with the ability to turn catch on and off. This wasn't on the instrument to begin with, and if you're going to add a function where you have to keep doing this to adjust the volume of your keyboard, you would surely think to yourself, well, maybe we have some customers who won't like that, so let's give them the option of turning it on and off before we actually send the product out. But no, they've made us wait 14 months for this. And I am genuinely hacked off. Now, as a Yamaha fan or player and somebody who supports the product, I just don't get what the hell they're up to. I really don't. So, yeah. Today is a day where I'm sort of in mourning because I was thinking, oh, there's going to be something new or there's going to be some extra features. There's nothing. There's just bug fixes and this, which should have been given to us a year ago. Now I want to see what's happening with Expansion Manager, because expansion memory in here is still capped at 3 gig. There's other products out there with much bigger space now. Why is Yamaha not doing something about it? This should have come out from the factory with 6 gigabytes of storage as standard. In fact, no, it shouldn't. It should have had more than 6. 6 is just what we expected the next step to be. But to be fair, when you're spending, when it was announced, £5,000 for a product like this, it should have had 10 gigabytes as minimum. Now, whether they knew that because there are the features in here let's launch it at 5 and it'll sell for 3.5. People will be happy with that, knowing that they've still got 3. I'm not happy with 3 gigabytes. It's too small. I am constantly looking for voices to remove just to be able to put some more voices in here. And this is the selling point of a Genos 2, the fact it allows you to add your own voices. And many of you have got sounds up the yin-yang and can't install them. I've got club members who are messaging me saying, how do I take some of the voices out and what do I do to manage them? Because I've got some theatre organ voices and I've got some string voices. Do I create tubes? It shouldn't be a concern. It should be, well, yeah, you just load it in. It's really quite sad. So version 1.20 isn't the update that I was expecting. I actually genuinely believed we were going to get some new extra exciting content or something added to the instrument. And sadly we haven't. It's just what we should have had when it was launched, and the number of people that have complained about this has been incredible. And I hope the team who looks at feedback from customers at Yamaha, whether they've actually got anybody, who knows, appreciates how much this annoyed folk and how much the expansion memory is annoying folk. Customers who spend a lot of money on a product and cannot get the damn thing to do what they want it to do. So I watch now with bated breath for update 2. Whatever they're going to come up with next, because it's, in my mind, it's got to have something to do with Expansion Manager. It has to have the ability to load more voices and expand the memory. It also needs to fix the problems with the effects unit, so that if I want to have 2 or 3 voices, 2 or 3 effects on a voice, I can save it in a registration and it will recall. And of course, there's that final one where everybody and his dog comments about when you change your registration and switch voice, that it doesn't have the voice hold, so that it carries on until you lift your hand off and then play the notes again. I've never personally found that a major problem, but while we're at it, why not add that one to the list. There is a page that Yamaha actually have where customers can submit their ideas, and some of them I'm sitting there smashing my head on the desk reading that people want to turn the OTSs into registration memories. And let's look at the problem first with the bigger picture, with the stuff that we do every day before you start making silly little changes like OTS becoming a registration. There are bigger things for the Genos 2 to resolve and for customers to get as part of the product that they hoped that Genos 2 was going to be when it came out. Don't get me wrong, I'm still very, very happy with the product in terms of the sound and the quality and all the rest of it. But I feel that it lacks that jump that should have been from a 1 to a 2, and I genuinely believed that the Yamaha, like Genos 1, would make a version 2 pack or whatever, an update that would then give this instrument the capacity to be something bigger than it is. And it isn't. So anyway, that's my rant over for version 1.20. I rarely, in fact, I don't even really want to be making this video, but I feel that I've got to, because people are going to be looking for what I'm looking for, because I know from feedback from so many of you who kindly comment on my YouTube videos and respond to all what I speak common sense. I'm not sat in an office trying to justify a job. I am speaking common sense. When I buy a product, I want it to do this, this, and this, and this, and lots of other people want to do the same. I'm not looking to turn OTS buttons into registrations or something absolutely bizarre for the sake of, I don't know why even you would want to do that. But anyway, the common sense approach with a product should be, does it do it? No, it doesn't. How do we fix this? And when this came out, everybody said, does it have more than 3 gigabytes of memory? No, it doesn't. It has 3, and that's your cap. Okay, how do we fix this? But it doesn't seem like anything's happened with that one. So I wait now for the next update, and I look forward to seeing your comments below, because obviously anybody who's watching this, I'm assuming, would have a Genos 2. Tell me what you think about the update. Is it what you expected? Is it what you would want? And to me, more importantly, is it what you paid for? Because Genos 2 should have been, as I've said in this video, it should have been more of what we needed and less of these stupid functions that they added for the sake of saying, well, it's got catch feature now. No, never wanted it. I don't know a single person that's ever said to me, I really want this feature on this instrument because it will make the decision whether I buy it or not. And that's the thing Yamaha have got to be very careful about, because people are so much more careful with their money now. And when you're buying an instrument of this sort of value, you've got to make sure what you're selling is what the customer wants. And that wasn't. The expansion memory isn't. And there's other stuff that the customers want your product to be. So I'm hoping if anybody at Yamaha is watching this, more so in the technical department, not the voicing, certainly not, but anybody in the technical department that knows a little bit about how to change things, then these are the things, to my mind, you need to address. But do leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. What would you like this thing to do? And don't say I want it to be a different keyboard. But seriously, is it something that you are happy with now, just because they've changed this? Or are there other things that you feel that this keyboard should do? Not out of like adding functions that never existed in the first place, but improving on what's actually in here. And to my mind, expansion memory should have been the key number one thing that they've been looking at and saying, okay, let's find a way of at least doubling it, if not more. I look forward to your comments. Let me know. And until next time, I shall say fond farewell and goodbye. But sorry, Genos, I think